write about the prosecution of Julian, and what would it mean for his legacy if the prosecution continues?
I think President Biden, his State Department with Secretary Blinken, they love to talk to other nations about how they're prosecuting journalists, how they're murdering journalists, detaining journalists, imprisoning journalists. I think it would send a clear message to all of those nations that the State Department has those conversations with. If Julian was released, they wouldn't be able to say, well, Secretary Blinken, you have a journalist in prison in the UK. How can you lecture us on press freedom? So I think there's a real opportunity for Biden to really, President Biden and Secretary Blinken to sort of walk the walk by releasing Julian Assange.
I feel that support for the First Amendment is an obligation and a duty of the President and his cabinet. Failure to do that will be a burden, a terrible burden upon Mr. Biden or President Biden's legacy. Supporting the First Amendment by removing the persecution of Julian Assange will be a great gift to the United States, and as a consequence, he will be fondly remembered.
What would be your message to the journalists in the United States who have, for the most part, not talked that much about this?
I think, slowly the journalists here, we find, are realizing how important this is, and they're sort of educating themselves and reporting more on it. I think so. I think my message to the journalists is these are your rights too. This is your press, your First Amendment rights. If you don't defend them, they'll be taken from you. So you've got to stand up and fight for them.
Integral to the diplomatic process is publication and journalism. If the democratic process and its liveliness of debate is going to continue, then the journalists have just got to get on with it and take the risks and take the accolades when they succeed.